Joseph,
Brother.
we are talking boots today. We got a whole slew of new boots coming in for this season, and I feel like it's kind of the most exciting thing that we haven't talked about yet. So, I mean, we touched on it a little bit on the last episode, but this deserves an episode of its own. So let's start off with where you're at boot-wise. What were you skiing in last year?
Let's see.
You skied in everything, I feel like.
I skied in probably the most amount of boots last season than I ever have.
Mm-hmm.
I think I started the season off in...
I feel like you were breaking in a boot every other ski day.
Yeah, basically. What was it? What did I ski in last year? No, to start the season off with. What did I have?
Maybe you started in your... I feel like you might have started in your Ultras.
Oh, yeah, I did. I think my first ski day was in...
transitioned into Redster.
No, wrong.
Sorry.
I think I started the season off just in my Ultras, which were from last season. Yep. And then I think my first real boot test day was with Blizzard in their new Mach boot, the Mach 1.
Do you mean Technica?
Well, it was with Blizzard and Technica. Same. Fuck you.
Whoa. Jesus.
Whoa. Can't have that.
Leap that out. Trying to be a little bit more classy.
Yeah, so I skied in their Technica Mach 1. I did that in the 120 Flex.
LV,
their new LV.
Yep.
Fantastic boot. It was at Sunapee. We were doing some prototyping with Blizzard.
Mm-hmm.
See? And then I think I moved from there into a Remedy for a couple of ski days.
New atomic boot.
And then I think I went into the new LV Fischer for a few days. There's a photo of me at Killington, full opera mode.
Let's go.
Dancing in my Fischers.
Yep. Dance in my Fischer.
Yeah, that was good. And then I think I did AR1 for a day. I did Cortex.
Had to.
Yeah, had to, because it's a 1.
Kind of both of them. For both of those, you had to.
Yep. I did Cortex for a couple of ski days. Both of those were just at Sunapee, though.
Into the Cortex Vortex?
Cortex was a bit of an eye-opening experience.
Tight.
I wouldn't even necessarily say it's super tight. You just had the Remedy on your foot yesterday or 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of that same sort of fit and feel, though.
Okay.
More narrow, thick-walled shell, and then liner that's not super, spongy. More of just kind of you're in it, and that's it.
It just wraps your foot.
That was my worst break-in day, I think.
Okay. And that is K2's new boot?
Yeah, that's K2's more legit boot than I think they've ever built.
Were you in the 140?
I was in the 130. Yep.
Got to get those numbers up.
I know, I should. I think I was more than happy enough with just a 130, though.
Yeah. Was that stiff?
It wasn't necessarily it's probably it feels as solid as it's got that same sort of weight that a Remedy does on the foot. You kind of feel a lot of boot around your foot, if that makes sense.
It's heavier than most.
It's heavier.
It's
got a real din sole on it. So you're in a boot that's not made for walking.
Yep.
But it skis really, really well. It's got a little bit more of an aggressive forward lean setup. The liner is probably the most legit liner I've ever seen in a K2 boot. But it's a little bit more forgiving in flex than Remedy or a TX.
Okay.
And then I think after the Cortex, I went back to Remedy. And then I think I mixed the Mach back in. And then I ended the season. Technically, my last ski day of the season was in Calibers.
Yeah. Caliber, Head's new boot,
Yep.
double-BOA,
Yep.
130.
Yep.
and mid volume.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
No LV there yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Stay tuned.
Little tease.
But
okay.
I think
so. Let's go down the line.
I think that rounds it out. Am I missing anything? Let me just think for a second.
New Ultra.
Ultra just got a liner update, so no, I didn't need to ski that.
Okay.
Tried it on.
Yep.
Plastic's the same though, and they have a BOA on it now. But aside from that, same mold.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it.
Okay. All right. So,
what do you think? Pretty respectable.
Pretty respectable lineup. I think that is probably more boots than most people skied in last year. Do you want to go down the line and talk about them one by one, or do you want to just do general overview?
Well, why don't we
major takeaways?
Why don't I ask the questions?
Oh no, you're doing the interviewing.
I'm doing the interview. What boot from like a fitting standpoint are you most excited to now have as an option or a tool?
I like new Mach LV.
Yep.
I think that
Why don't we start there then?
Well, that was the first boot you brought up.
Yeah.
Right here. This baby.
So
it looks sick too.
It looks great.
I like how they made it a little more like of a matte color.
Yep. Looks awesome, and everyone knows you got to look like a good skier to be a good skier. That's how it works.
That's for sure.
The major like talking points around that boot, like the Mach 1 from prior seasons, was it basically has like, I'd call it almost a cult following. It's like a boot that a lot of shops have on their wall. So like you could call it a recreational boot, but it was really heavy, built like a real, borderline aggressive boot. It was the most precise boot on the market across the instep for like recreational skiers by like, I think 4 or 5 millimeters.
Right. Tight on top of the foot, also fits short. So
yeah,
a lot of skiers would put their foot in that and be like, no way.
Yep. The liner was pretty, not intense, but it was built.
Yeah.
So what Technica realized was it's a lot of boot. How do we maintain the performance that boot had, but in like a more user-friendly package? So changed up the blend of plastic that's used. The boot is lighter by, I think, more than 100 grams.
Okay.
So like a noticeable difference. And then they retooled the T-drive on the back. That's like Technica's big spine technology that allows the boot to flex progressively and have good rebound and all that good stuff. Having skied in the 120 and talking to people that have skied in the 130 of this boot, everyone's kind of in agreement that it skis nearly as well as the much heavier version prior.
Yeah.
It just feels a little bit newer, like a more modern feeling ski boot.
Okay.
So like it feels a little bit lighter on the foot. It's not quite as damp as that boot was, the old boot, but I think it's a good thing because like you gain so much more with these updates. The boot has a little more rebound to it.
Yeah.
It still feels powerful.
If you want a more damp boot, then just go into go into a stiffer category like a Remedy or an RS.
Yeah, that old 130 was probably more boot than it necessarily needed to be for the Technica.
Right. For the customer who is skiing in it.
And it's way easier to put on. It's warmer.
Yeah.
The liner is just as good.
Mm-hmm.
And the fit differences that you're noticing are like basically, I'd say probably 7 out of 10 Mach LVs in the higher flexes. Like we were grinding that boot board down or repositioning the tongue or moving material off the tongue to make it accommodating enough even for a normal foot shape.
Mm-hmm.
This one, kind of out of the box, all of the normal Mach 130 fixes we were doing are done.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a better out of the box fit.
Sure.
And then performance wise, which is kind of what matters most, it's more than enough boot.
Yeah. You're
still
not
powerful.
sacrificing a whole lot there.
No, it just feels more modern.
You are getting more comfort, and it seems like I just think it seems like it fits.
It fits more feet.
It fits more feet, exactly. So from a fitter's perspective, That's good.
Yep.
You don't have the problem on top of the instep, which is once a boot is crushing the top of your foot, it's a tough set.
Well, you only have so much that you can do to a boot board to make a boot feel more accommodating there. You know?
Yeah, we talk about it all the time, and we tell people this.
Yep.
That's the hardest part of the boot to fit.
But that's still
Or fix, sorry.
Yeah, that's still like I'd say probably one of the best LVs on the market.
Sweet. Cool.
And it looks better.
It looks better. And then so you said it's easier to put on. Is this plastic going to feel, you know how the old ones kind of felt like really forgiving at room temp?
Yeah.
Like folks would put those on and be like, this feels like
mushy.
a soft boot.
Yeah.
I'd be like, it's not, because when it gets out of room temperature into the cold, the plastic stiffens up considerably.
Yeah. That old boot, and this number might be off, but I'm pretty sure that old 130 from like room temp to skiing temp would stiffen up, like depending on outside temperature, anywhere from like 4.1 to 5 times.
Wow.
The way it felt at room temp.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So like, I mean, you watched George skied in that boot for a couple of seasons, that old 130, and him taking those boots off at the end of the day, if he didn't have a chance to like warm them up,
yeah,
you would think he's like fighting with an animal, trying to get that thing off of his foot.
Yeah.
This new one uses a much more temperature stable plastic, so it's a higher MPA rating. So at room temp, it will feel kind of more like it will out in the cold.
Yeah.
It's still going to stiffen up.
Yeah. Well, I like that because I've felt like I had to do like a lot of explaining to people, and they kind of were like, is this guy, like, is this a real thing?
Yeah. No,
like,
I mean, that's...
Trust me, it's stiff, which like the goofy thing there is of the 130 LVs in just the downhill, like recreational category, that would have been the stiffest out on the hill.
That's the most powerful
you had
boot.
to convince people that it would be stiff enough for them to ski in.
Yeah, like that old 130 was a much more powerful boot than the Ultra 130, but at room temp in here, the Ultra 130
feels
way stiffer.
Yeah.
And then you get them out in the cold, and because of that plastic that basically freezes solid, it's a completely different animal. But also, that's like two very different ways of building a boot. This is now built like more boots are built.
Yeah.
So more temperature stable, higher MPA rating, slightly thinner plastic, a little bit lighter, but not so much so that you're sacrificing too much performance. Still drives any ski you want without really even thinking about it. Yep. Great boot.
And if you need more boot than that, check out a Remedy. Check out.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't need more boot than that.
No. All right, where are we going from there? Well, that was a great question, actually. So if you want to ask me a question, you can, or we can move on to whatever. Or how about I just throw the question right back at you as a fitter? What, aside from the Mach 1, because you can't say that, that'd be stealing, what boot are you the most excited to fit?
See, I wasn't ready for this. I don't know.
Mach 1.
I think it's Mach 1.
All right. Sounds good. You can absolutely have the same answers.
You said I couldn't steal.
I was kidding. Okay. So let's just...
Yeah, so
we'll
to round
move
out
on from there because I feel like it's the right place.
To round out the Mach 1, it's not just the 130 that's new. You get a new 130, new 120, and then for women, and then so on and so forth, 110. And then for women's, you get new LV 115, new LV 105, 95.
Okay.
So all of the changes that happened at the top also made it through the entire line.
LV.
Brand new.
Hell yeah.
Hot shit.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Nice.
See what I did. All right. So I've got a question for you. What's the most improved boot for 2026?
I like what Atomic did to the Ultra liner. So they
I
added.
agree with that.
They added that they're calling it. It's called Power Ankle Lock, PAL, which is on like their marketing term sheet. They essentially pal. You got a pal.
Yeah, I feel like I'm talking to my dad.
Yeah, hey pal. They added like a high density. You've added foam to people's liners, right? That are like a little bit. Do you lose some of that, like feeling around the heel and in the Achilles? They added that basically into their liner. So around the ankle bones, you've seen it on the outside, like those big red marks, like super high density. So it made that atomic liner feel more anatomical.
Yep.
So it grabs around the heel better without crushing on the ankle bones. Because that old one, you fit them. You would tell people, like, if you feel something on the ankle bones is normal, it will go away. That's just the material in the liner not adapting to your foot shape right out of the box.
Yeah.
So the out-of-the-box fit on the
what was that material they used to put in the
Just foam. It's just foam. Just foam.
And it wasn't harder than foam?
No, I mean, in the Mimic liners, there is like a plastic membrane that takes the heat when you mold them.
Okay.
So you're feeling a combination of those things. But this new one, it's built more like the Prime liners are.
Yeah.
So it has like that, maybe call it like a little bit of a spongier feel out of the box, but it grabs the heel and around the Achilles a lot more evenly.
Yeah.
And then it eases some of that tension and pressure that was on the ankle bones themselves in that ultra liner, which I think is good.
Yeah.
So I think that's like the most improved liner. And then if we're talking liners for a second, Fischer, also most improved liner.
This is what I thought was going to be your answer right here. I was kind of setting you up and then...
Yeah, so Fischer, they've made great boots for a long time. They didn't have anything like super solid in the LV category when they had that, like the previous season RC4. In order to get into, like they were using Zip Fit as kind of like a 130 solution in their boots. And this year they've added I think it's called D3O to the tongue, so the tongue feels better. And then the material that's in the liner is just a higher quality. It's easier to manipulate and mold that liner. And then similar to what like Atomic did, like the way it fits in the heel, it makes more sense for the shape of someone's foot.
Yep. So
like that and then a new LV mold on that Fischer RC4, you end up with like a really solid boot.
Word.
It's a much closer competitor to like a Mach or an Ultra than it used to be.
Yeah.
And now you have like a real LV option.
I like it.
That skis well. That's like a shockingly warm boot to be in as well.
I like that.
I was skiing that. It was like maybe 15 degrees at Killington. Really didn't have many issues with my feet.
Yeah.
It's precise.
Had nothing to do with the beer blanket.
No.
Okay.
No, I only drink at Opry.
That's
you know
good.
Me.
Very responsible.
Yeah.
I like it.
But once I got going at Opry,
No stopping them.
Yeah.
How long did you keep your boots on?
I kept them on. I kept them on the whole time.
Like
we skied from like probably 10 to 3, and then went to the Umbrella Bar, closed that down, and then we went to one of the lodges for some live music that ended at like 6 o'clock. Boots were still on, and then I walked home from there in my boots.
That's pretty good.
So I think I took my boots off around 8 o'clock at night.
That's pretty solid. There's nothing better. There's nothing better than when you're in name your ski town and it's like 8 or 9 p.m.
Yeah, and there's
pitch black.
Yeah,
and there's just some legend at the bar still in his boots.
Yeah,
that's just.
I kept them on because it was easy to spot me like outside.
Yeah,
as I was walking along the road.
Yellow.
Yeah,
it
was more of a safety feature.
Yeah, you're kind of taking a risk walking those dark roads at night. So
yep, not with those on.
No,
everyone knew exactly where I was.
I mean, you wouldn't have guessed it, but Fischer also took that into consideration when designing these boots.
Like, what if someone's walking home late at night?
After opera. We gotta cater to the opera legends.
The opera walk home. How do we make this a little bit safer for the people? And you make a boot highlighter yellow.
Just make sure they see it. Yep.
It is kind of funny, like, if we're talking just aesthetics for a moment, like that boot, you know how you always say skis look better on snow?
Yep.
Like that boot in here, you're like, wow, that's That's a bright boot.
Everything looks better on snow.
But you get them on snow, and you have like a ski outfit on, and you're like, all right, these are fine. These look sick.
The Fischer yellow is iconic.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's a Fischer.
Yep. We can dive into how that boot skis. That boot skis really well. They also did some retooling to the spine. You can see down here, everything meets kind of where it's supposed to, so it has like a really solid feel. The rearward stability is nice. You get like that good rebound snap. It's not super easy to get thrown into the back seat, which I value. Yep. You know me. I like to test the tails on skis.
Mm-hmm.
The BOA closure on the lower does everything you need to do to wrap your foot. Buckles up top, solid liner, and I think that has like a real 17 degrees of forward lean as well.
Yeah,
which we've started to talk more and more about, like more forward lean, more of like an athletic, ready to go stance.
I think you want forward lean,
yeah,
unless your ankle mobility is not up to the task.
Well, it depends, you know. We could make someone's ankles more mobile.
Yeah, true.
But no, they did a great job with the intro of that boot, and now that they're using their own liner, they still offer it with the zip fits. We did not bring that in, just because of like some of the additional work that probably needs to be done with a zip fit liner. The break-in period is much longer in a zip fit liner.
Yep.
But solid boot, skis well, looks good, is warm.
I think the zip fit liner option makes sense for you if you're skiing
like 150 days a season,
80 to 800 days.
Yeah.
But for most people who aren't that lucky, the regular liner is plenty.
No, I mean, and, you wouldn't.
You'll be happier when it doesn't take 17 ski days to break in.
Yeah. That also has the vacuum fit plastic, which is, you know, they call it vacuum fit. It just means the whole thing is heat moldable, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And nice thing, tells you how long to heat the thing.
I like that.
It's got instructions on the shell.
You don't just have to feel it out.
No. Next thing you know, you got a Fischer RC4 soup boot in the oven.
The Supra?
Yes. Yeah, well, we don't have to go there. But that's an exciting boot from Fischer. And also, they did the full line. So down to a 95 flex for women. You got new LVs.
Everything. Yeah. Did they change anything other than the LV?
Unsure. I don't believe so.
Well, either way, I'm excited. I'm most excited to just have another legit contender in the LV category. I think that makes things easier. Like sometimes you're in a boot fit and you've
gone through Ultra, you've gone through Alpha, your Mach's not working. So now like having another boot that you can offer that lives in that same realm is always good.
Yep.
All
right. And then Cortex, you kind of already talked about.
Yeah. With the Cortex, I think what's interesting is like K2 kind of prides themselves on being like a freeride brand.
Yep.
And they didn't really have a boot past their Recon 140, if you will. That was like a legit downhill boot.
Yep. And they did not have a Recon LV, right?
They did. And then
it was the 140.
Yeah, but what they did when they put BOA on the Recons is the BOAs they were advertising them as variable last. Meaning
which, as we know, is a
marketing
myth.
Essentially the story they were trying to tell is the more you crank the BOA, the more narrow the shell gets, because the BOA does wrap that lower part of the shell better than just buckles did.
Yeah.
So they had a Recon LV. That Cortex is a real LV. I think it's a stated 96 or 97 millimeter last.
Yep.
It's not an aggressive 96 or 97. Like my foot's like around 100 millimeters wide. I can basically ski in that thing with no work done to the last of the boot.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's snug for sure. But I think what's interesting too is like all of their athletes were skiing in Recons or mind benders in the stiffest flex they could get.
Or flexes.
What?
Or flexes.
Yeah, or that. And
dude, you gotta.
And they were doing work.
I can't believe you disrespect full tilt like that.
That's not a full tilt.
True.
Yeah.
True.
What they were doing, what these athletes were doing, were bolting the back of those boots even beyond the way it came out of the factory, just to try and get those Recons or Mindbenders to feel stiff and solid enough. So the big goal with that Cortex boot was, kind of build a boot for our athletes, but also a K2 wanting to dive into the higher performance side of the ski boot world.
Mm-hmm.
I think they kind of nailed it.
Yeah.
It's not a super quote unquote comfortable boot.
Not if you're looking for a forgiving boot.
Yeah, get a BFC.
Yeah. Which is the most comfortable, not just ski boot thing I've ever put on my foot.
Yeah, that's what you walk around the house in, right?
Yeah. Those are like my slippers.
Yeah, they're taking out the trash shoes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you're walking around in Uggs in a robe.
Yeah.
I'm walking around in BFCs in a robe.
Yeah,
picking up my newspaper like Tony Soprano.
Yeah, I read the paper with my BFC liners on.
Yeah, absolutely. Why just the liners? I mean,
I don't want to scuff
the shell.
I don't want to scuff the floors up. I slide in.
My floors are completely scuffed up, and when people come over and ask why, I just point to my slippers.
I just slide into
BFCs.
I slide into the shells when I want to go, when I got to take a quick trip outside.
Yeah, the shells are just permanently at the front door,
Yeah.
clicked into a binding.
Yeah, but that Cortex is legit. I would absolutely say that's a boot that the liner needs to be heat molded. I generally like to.
They're coming for you.
Oh shit!
It's because what you just said.
I generally like to test boots straight out of the box,
Mm-hmm.
which is not how most people are spending their first ski day. But you get like a real feel of like how long is the break-in period, what's going to change as the boot breaks in naturally. But that Cortex, those couple of days that I skied in it, like day one, I was like, holy shit! I wish we could just heat mold this right now.
Yeah,
just to get that liner to kind of relax around the foot a little bit.
Was it uncomfortable right away?
No, and I wouldn't necessarily say it was like uncomfortable, but you could tell it would feel better if I had put the boot in the oven for a few minutes.
Yep.
Our rep was kind of like half laughing at me because he was like, "How's that Cortex?" And I was like, "Definitely needs to be heat molded." And then he sent me a screenshot of a text or an email that he sent me that said, "Heat mold this before you ski in it." Completely ignored that piece of advice.
Yeah.
But no, I mean that boot skis as well as the rest of the stuff that lives in that high performance category. It's heavy, it's powerful, stable, good forward lean, all the things that you're looking for out of a real high performance option. Mm-hmm. And now K2 has one, which they just never had one before.
Yeah.
So curious to see how that kind of is received amongst the customers that will be looking for a boot like that.
Yeah.
And that's a double-BOA. So that's like got all the tech and all the features that are new and hot for this season.
Yep. Power strap.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah.
You got to have a power strap.
You got to have a power strap.
They've been around for how long? I would hope they put a power strap on it.
No, wait. Why am I blanking on? No, the ratchet power strap.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The
cam style.
Yeah.
No Velcro.
I'm not talking about boots that don't have a power strap.
Like a rental?
That's like a like a children's boot.
Yeah.
Which is the
one buckle.
The crank up top.
Yeah.
Those go hard. They're like rear entry.
Yeah. Should get a pair of those.
Yeah. Dude, also remember when Bodie Miller posted a picture of him skiing and he had rear entry boots on, and we still have never gotten an explanation for that?
Yeah. Well, that guy could ski in whatever and still ski better than 99% of the population out there.
It's true. I just thought it was interesting.
We're not good enough skiers to like compensate for that sort of thing. We just blame the gear.
Yeah, I mean, that is my number one ski tip to people is when in doubt, blame your gear.
Blame your gear.
It's your gear's fault.
Yeah. You can't do an awesome turn. It's probably the skis. It's probably the boots. It's probably your jacket. What kind of goggles do you have? That has a huge impact on the kind of turns you're making.
Yeah. You know, like in you'll be watching a baseball game and like the second baseman makes an error.
Yeah.
And looks at his glove.
Right.
That's me with anything skiing.
Yeah. Or like golfing, bad shot, look at the club.
Oh yeah.
I do that shit all the time. I'm a terrible golfer.
Yep.
But I'll pick that putter up if I miss like a 40-footer and I'm like I'm usually dialed with that.
Getting rid of you.
Yeah.
You're finding a new home.
Yeah. Where were we? Cortex?
Cortex.
Yep.
All right, so that's exciting.
That's really exciting.
Interested to see the reaction there.
Why don't we move to AR1? Because that's also kind of like
new.
Big new.
I mean, it's big. It's new.
Armada has a boot.
Armada has a boot, and it is impressive. I mean, we have nonstop gassed it up since it dropped. But
how excited would 13-year-old Garrett have been if Armada dropped a boot?
Stoked.
Yeah, you think
stoked.
You think you would have been you would have gotten a pair?
Yes, 1,000%.
Yeah,
absolutely, no doubt.
You think Christmas present?
I think I would have probably had a hard time leaving full tilt at that point in my life / double-BOA, but
you would have made you might.
I ain't loyal.
Yeah. These hoes ain't loyal.
Yep.
Exactly. So Armada's
tilt would have been singing.
Armada's boot project. I think I first learned about it. Was that 2022 or 3?
Yeah.
When it was
of all the things I've learned like inside the ski industry before it's public knowledge, this was the hardest thing to keep a lid on.
Yeah.
I just wanted to tell everyone I knew, even people who didn't ski.
Yeah, they're like, what's Armada?
What's a boot?
Yeah.
A boot?
No, but when I first learned of this project, it was like maybe just past its infancy. Like we sat down with them and they showed us like
Toddler.
15 slides of different boots, and they all looked different. They sent out to different like design groups and whatever to basically build a boot with Armada in mind, just in CAD form. And they had a ton of different options. And this kind of landed like when we were all out there. This style and shape was kind of the shape we thought looked the most like a ski boot. Like there was some stuff that looked pretty close to like a full tilt hot dogger.
Really?
Oh yeah, like
so
almost like almost like streetwear inspired kind of thing.
Like a full tilt hot dogger. Like, are you talking about the one with the Tom Wallish tongues on it?
Yeah, they had all sorts of stuff.
That was not the hot dogger, right? The
what was
hot
that?
Dogger turned into the Tom Wallish. That was
Okay.
the Tom Wallish Pro.
Sorry,
right?
I'm sorry.
All right, so
Okay, sorry.
you should be. Don't apologize to me.
Who do
Apologize to Tom.
But yeah, Armada's first foray into the boot world, they kind of nailed it.
Kinda.
Yeah.
I think they absolutely nailed it. I think
it's exactly what you needed to be.
Boot designed for people who are going to be interested in skiing an Armada boot.
Yeah.
It's tight, but not too tight.
Yeah, it's like a more precise
It's
mid-volume
stiff,
fit.
but not too stiff.
Yep.
It's
got the three-piece design.
It's nice to get into.
Yeah, that is kind of nice.
I did not think the first time I saw it that it was going to be easy to get into, but I kind of like it. It's kind of got like a upward entry, like you can just slide your foot in.
Yeah.
Standing up.
Dip your toe in.
Yeah. Exactly.
Easy to get into for sure, but you know, all of the performance aspects that you they fixed all of the things that are known to be kind of lesser than with all other three-piece boots.
Three-piece boots, yeah.
So it has like a real progressive flex to it.
Nice liner.
Nice liner. It's a great liner.
Yeah. I think like...
We're not going to name names, but that's a great fucking liner.
Yeah. For sure.
And...
No, like I think like where some things would get lost with like old three-piece boots, or I'm thinking particularly like Krypton or Full Tilt. Was Full Tilt using Intuition liners?
I'm not sure. I think so.
Well, it was something of the sort, and those feel awesome out of the box, but it's because they're so spongy and like they pack out so quickly. So those were boots that like felt really good when you put them on, felt really good to stand in and ski in for a while, but they just like would wear down like crazy.
Yeah, and a lot of that also comes from like the way those boots were constructed. Like the part against your shin on the actual shell itself was stiff. That's where you were getting all the power from. So it didn't have a super smooth flex to it. Like it was harsh. Mm-hmm. Like you're in it, you're on it, and you're pressing against the hardest part of the boot.
Yeah.
Where now with this AR1, you have that softer tongue, so it flexes more like a two-piece boot, and you have the spine that's bolted onto the back, so it has real rebound. Mm-hmm. So just trying to make skiing as efficient as possible.
Yeah.
And then also maintaining like some of the forgiveness that more freestyle park riders like.
Yeah.
Like we have plenty of people come in here, I ski park, I ski freestyle, I want a soft boot. They don't really want a soft boot. They just want something that isn't going to beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, on the shins.
On the shins.
Yep.
So all those things are fixed there.
Yeah.
And I don't do park freestyle. So like this is not just a park freestyle boot. This is like you can absolutely ski that the way you ski every other boot out there. It drives skis well. And, you know, we keep harping on this. It puts you in like a good athletic position.
Yeah. That thing's got some forward lean to it.
Yep. It has real power, real stability. It's heavier. I think it's like over 2,000 grams.
Yep.
Which, you know, is kind of the line for skiers that are looking for that like heavier, more stable, more powerful boot.
Yep.
And it looks good.
It looks sick.
Gotta whisper about it, though.
Wait, why?
Shh. Because it's sexy.
Okay.
Get people excited.
Do you need a minute?
I might.
All right. No, I'm really excited about it, and
I'm excited for you to get to ski in it.
Yeah, me too.
Now that we have 29.5.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be kind of eye-opening for you.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. But yeah, I'm excited about that boot. I'm excited to see I'm interested to see like what the split between people who come in looking for it,
right,
and people who didn't even know about it and walk away with it.
And it does live in like its own, like they nailed where the boot lives in kind of the spectrum of boots that are available out there.
Yeah.
Like it's a more precise MV.
Well, it works for the standard Armada customer, but it also works for a lot of other people.
Yeah. And just like fit aspects, like it's a little bit more precise than a Hawks Prime, but not as aggressive as like an LV fit might be on some people's feet.
Yeah.
The instep is a little bit more precise than most other mid-volume boots out there, if not all other mid-volume boots out there. So it does have its own like home in, you know, what foot shape does this make sense for, which is great.
Yep.
And I like what they did with the Flex story. You've got the 110 that has the 130 liner.
Yeah, this is really cool. Go over what they did here.
So the 130 is the stiffest plastic, best liner. You know, like kind of exactly what you expect from a 130 Flex ski boot. And then the 120, a little bit more forgiving, but with like a more competitive 120 liner, like a little bit softer, a little bit more forgiving itself. Doesn't have that same kind of aggressive pinch on the heel. It feels like it fits more generously, which, you know, that 120 Flex skier, if you will, or someone that just likes a more forgiving fit in the liner or relaxed fit in the liner, you nailed that. And then the 110, which is kind of the coolest part of the story, gets the 130 liner.
Yep.
And you had touched on this in like a social clip.
Yep.
Where with that 130 liner or the same liner in the 110, you can put lighter weight skiers or skiers that just like a softer flexing boot into that without feeling like they're getting a lesser than or lower quality boot.
Yep.
Because most of the way like ski boot lines are made up is like 130 best plastic, best liner, and then it kind of just slowly goes down from there.
Right.
Not necessarily
degrees.
Yeah. And, you know, we have plenty of skiers come in here that are good skiers, but they're lighter weight, they're shorter, they have smaller foot, and you put them in the 110 that makes sense for them, but they're like, I wish it was a little bit tighter in the heel, I wish the liner felt a little bit more substantial.
Right.
And now you have a real boot offering for them.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cool. I'd be interested to see if any other brands do that.
Yeah. It's not a bad idea.
Or at least like Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
And I think that comes more from like that park freestyle kind of mindset.
Yeah,
which is not everyone wants or needs a 130, but everyone should be able to get a really great liner.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's not. It definitely comes from the park freestyle mentality, but it's not something that is only applicable to park and freestyle. I mean, smaller people.
Yep. Shorter,
ski
lighter.
Really well. Who just like don't have the weight or gravity to put as much force into a boot.
Yeah, you just don't want a 130 or a 120.
Yep.
You still get all the hot shit that lives in the 130.
Yeah. I think that's what we I think that is the appeal there. You get all the hot shit. You get the nice strap. You get the nice buckles. You got the nice liner. So I don't think it's a bad idea.
No.
And then next boot we could talk about.
Caliber.
Head Caliber.
Yep.
With a K.
Yeah. They like Ks over there. Yeah. Core, K.
Second time we've talked about it on the pod.
Wonder why. Yeah, so Caliber is probably Head's biggest boot project in a long time.
Yep.
I don't remember something as like involved and exciting as this from Head. Mm-hmm. And essentially it's their double BOA option.
Yep.
Offered in a wide range of flexes. And I think the goal there was to just become more competitive in the space by having double BOA.
Yep.
You know, there's like, you have to, as a manufacturer, I'd imagine you have to do everything else that other people are doing to maintain relevancy.
Is this only offered in double BOA?
Yes. I believe so. Actually, there might be don't hold me to this. There might be like a upper buckle option, but I don't know. Stand by. Regardless, Head's new boot, completely new mold, new liner, new everything. Skis fantastic. I skied this at Waterville on the East Coast. Also skied it in Austria, not to brag. For a mid-volume boot, you know, I generally only like to ski in LVs just for like the fit, and I have a narrower foot. That doesn't,
and the street cred.
Yeah, and the street cred. That doesn't feel like a sloppy fit boot, even in an MV. Mm-hmm. It has all the fit characteristics to keep you, you know, kind of connected to the boot. Mm-hmm. Not the lightest boot out there either, so you get some of that again, like power, stability, responsiveness that you're looking for.
Yep.
The liner itself is awesome. Easy fit out of the box too. You know, I think that's one of the easier double BOAs to put on. We've talked about like some of the drawbacks of double BOA. When you have to add BOA to boots, you have to make the plastic a little bit stiffer because there's more material Structurally.
Yep.
Easy.
And it's harder to separate.
Yeah, easy to put on. As far as fit goes for the Caliber, it has a lot of the same fit characteristics. And we keep going back to this boot, like the Prime or a Mach MV. Mm-hmm. So it fits the way an MV should. It's a little snug in the midfoot, which is where I think one of the reasons why I think I liked it. Yeah. Like it doesn't feel overly generous at all. It feels like an honest 100 millimeter lasted ski boot. Instep is relatively generous, similar to like not quite as generous as a Shadow might be, but lives right in that same realm. You don't have this offered in an LV yet, but they will have coming down the pipe maybe some different things to think about as they continue to expand this line.
Yep.
So it's not just like a one boot project and done. They are going to continue to invest some dollars to expand the Caliber.
Sweet.
And I think the goal there is to kind of make that their flagship boot.
Yep. That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome because this is like the first time in recent memory that Head, I mean, it might be the first time period. Like, what does this replace?
I don't know what it technically replaces. But there was like the what did they call that? Formula.
Oh, yep.
They may still offer Formula. I'm not super brushed up on the catalog, but there was a Formula. There was like the Nexo Light. There was all sorts of stuff that they had, but it was kind of all like lost.
Mm-hmm.
You know, too many SKUs, and now they have like a real standalone. This is our MV, boot with double BOA
for sure,
and it looks good.
And it looks great. I love that blue.
I like the blue.
The blue is sweet.
It's kind of it pays homage to some of their Raptors, like the Raptor and Race blue, World Cup Rebels type stuff.
True.
Starting a rebellion.
Yep. World Cup Rebels.
Yeah.
All right. We didn't talk about Shadow, but we've talked about it.
Yeah, Shadow got liner update. Mold is the same. Yep. So compared to previous versions of the Shadow, the new one, 2026, got a liner update. Still using the same technology, which they call auxetic tech, which is just like that liner is more adaptable to bonier parts of the foot, which is awesome. And they made the fit a little bit more precise across the entire line. Mm-hmm. Not so much so that it changes where it lives per se, but it just feels a little bit more solid in the heel, a little bit better wrapping around the foot and the liner itself. And then we also get Shadow HV, which is brand new.
That we love.
Yep. That replaced the LX boot, which was kind of like a stalwart.
Well, yeah, we were just waiting for it to.
Yeah.
Well, it was a stalwart, but once Shadow came along, it was like, where's this?
Yep. Where's the HV?
Yeah.
So the Shadow HV that might be one of my also like new favorite boots to have to fit.
Yeah.
Because it's an HV, fits the way you like an HV to fit, but it's on the more precise side of the HV spectrum.
Right. It's going to fit a wide foot tight.
Yeah. It's not like a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't trying to make it a bucket. It was like it's similar to like the way Mach HV kind of fits.
Yeah.
Where it has all the same performance characteristics as the more narrow offerings. It just fits wider foot shapes or skiers that like a more relaxed fit around the foot.
Yep.
I probably wouldn't like to ski a full season in a Shadow HV, but it's precise.
It's wider than your foot.
Yeah, it's wider than my foot, but it's precise enough that, you can still feel like you're in a ski boot. Yes. You're not just washing around in there.
Yeah.
Looks the same. It has like a good low profile kind of look to it.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't look like you're in a bucket of a ski boot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I like it. No, that is a good sleeper for most exciting new boot to fit.
Yeah.
And then we didn't really touch on Remedy. We're gonna kind of wrap up here. I mean, there's a lot of boot talk to be had, and
there's
whatever we missed today, we will go over down the road. But
Remedy is brand new.
So many new boots.
There's a lot. Remedy and the TX line.
Yep.
Essentially replaced the CS from Atomic, the Club Sport.
Redster Club Sport.
Yep. So these are Redsters, if you will. The Remedy doesn't have the Redster name attached to it, but
probably just because someone came up with a sick name.
Yeah, Remedy.
Like, well, we got to use this.
The Remedy was built, similar to like that Cortex story. It was built with athletes on Freeride World Tour in mind.
Yep.
So it has it has some more like creature comforts, shock stopper boot board. Liner isn't as aggressive as the TX 130 or like TR boots, which is their new race boot. Mm-hmm. But it has that Formula plastic that it's heavy. It's thick-walled. It's powerful, stable. That's an immensely powerful ski boot. Mm-hmm. Like I skied in it. It's definitely. I don't need a boot that substantial.
Yeah, I mean, you hold it next to any of these guys. It's
notably
more
heavier.
Traditional LVs. Yeah. It's notably heavier. It just feels different. It's thicker. It's denser.
Yep.
It's like it just feels more like an aggressive boot.
Yeah. So the Remedy and the TX, what differentiates the two is just like those, call it creature comforts, if you will. Mm-hmm. Like the TX has that higher density foam in the liner. It is a little bit more aggressive fitting. It doesn't have like the shock stopper stuff going on in the boot board. The cuff spoiler that goes on the back is that harder plastic as opposed to the softer, like more forgiving plastic. It's more like it's like a rubbery feel. But in the TX line, which is also new, the Remedy and the TX share shell mold. They look identical as far as the mold shape goes. And they fit that way as well. But the Remedy is like, call it a little more user-friendly for the kind of skiing that we might be doing.
Yeah.
You know, not everyone needs
a race boot,
a borderline race boot.
Yeah.
And that kind of blurs the line there.
Yeah. We got to come up with a name for that category. Because you got race boots, you got downhill, more recreational boots.
But yeah, I mean, there is so many new boots. We're probably missing half of them.
Yeah. We really are.
We can rattle off a lot of them if you want real quick. Sport Machine, you got a BOA on it now, new liner update.
Head edge BOA.
Yep. You got it. Double BOA on Speed Machine, 115, 130.
Mullet BOA.
Mullet BOAs. You have
Supra.
Yeah, you have
double
Shift.
BOA.
You have Super Double BOA, and you also got Shift Supra this year, which we haven't talked enough about.
Mid-volume.
That's a brand new mold.
Mid-volume hybrid touring boot.
Looks a lot more. Have you seen one of these?
Yeah.
It looks a lot more like the Alpha, the Shift Alpha.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
It's the MV version of it.
Yep. Solomon also dropped their Delta, which is their high volume option. I think the most exciting thing about that Delta is the fact that Solomon's kind of known to fit pretty precisely around the calf.
Yep.
This Delta
opened it up.
Is true to an HV, which
Their
it should be.
old HV, it was just called the S Pro HV, fit like an LV in the calf.
Yeah. That worked for a lot of people.
It did.
That was one of our more popular boots for a very, very long time.
You once said something that struck me about Solomon is all of their boots fit tight in the calf, and it helps people ski better.
That's just a working theory I had.
It's Joe's working theory.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't discount it at all.
Those boots are probably some of our least worked on boots. I think, and again, this is just a theory. This could all just be bullshit. Because it's as tight as it is at the top around your leg, in order to ease the tension around the back of your calf muscle, you lean forward, which then keeps your toes off the front, puts your foot where it's supposed to be in the boot. The heel is planted into the back where it's supposed to be. It's harder to just stand up straight in that boot.
I'm trying to think of a way to oppose that theory, and I just can't.
Yeah, but it's just a theory.
It is Joe's working theory, and yeah, it stuck with me when you said that. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
You might be right.
Yep. But the new Delta, a lot more generous around the cuff, where it should be. Trying to keep us on track here.
But if you wanted, you can put it as tight in the calf. You can put any boot as tight in the calf as you want to.
Yeah. I like to make mine so tight that my feet go purple.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pull my foot out at the end of the day. It looks like I'm the color of Grimace.
Yeah. Looks like you got stuck up, trapped up there.
But there's a lot of new boots. I mean,
yeah, what else can we rattle off? Anything from Rosy Vision, not new.
Not new, but gaining traction.
Yep.
Easy entry.
Easy entry, which is
not a rear entry.
Sweet.
Skis really well.
Can function like a rear entry.
Yep. I think I was texting you last night. This whole list of shit.
Yeah. New Ultra 105.
Yeah.
Which is new in the women's line. They used to offer Ultra 95 and Ultra 115, which is like a big jump. So
yeah,
that's
now you
nice
have
to fill that.
You have the middle.
We got the middle, and the middle is good in skiing.
Swing boot.
Yeah.
Could go either way.
Yeah.
No, but that Ultra 105 is going to be exciting to have because, you know, the decision between a 95 and a 115 is drastic.
especially for like.
Yeah. You're like
right.
middle of the road skier. It was like, all right, do you want something that is a little bit softer and maybe doesn't have enough performance, or you're willing to dive into something that is
one
more
of the stiffest in the category.
Yeah, one of the more powerful, kind of aggressive fitting LVs in the category. Now you have the middle. People in the middle are happy.
Yep.
What else you got?
I just well, let's see if this list. Cortex, Remedy, TX, new ultraliner, and BOA, Mach LV, new shadow liner, AR1 boot, new sport machine liner and BOA, speed machine liner update. Speed machine liner update.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a minor update. They removed some of the material across the instep like throat of the liner.
That'll be good.
To just make it fit a little bit more generously there.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the shell that was
tight area in that boot.
It wasn't the shell really causing those issues. They could probably make that shell fit more generously there, but the running change to thin out some of the material is essentially one of the fixes we would do if someone came back and they're like crushing the instep on my speed machines.
Yep.
So they just made it more forgiving.
Sweet.
Which is great.
And then Fischer RC4, Ultra 105 women's, dual BOA on Supras, new Delta, brand new Shift Supra, Caliber, Edge BOA, Shadow HV, LX out, and then that's it. That might be it. We're probably going to remember something once we're done, but we have plenty of time to talk.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, this was lovely, Joe.
Thanks for having me.
I love it, dude. Thank you so much for doing it.
Can't wait to see what we missed.
I know.
We'll have to do another one of these.
Call in if we missed anything.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.